news networks are not even getting clicks like that. So this shows like there's an opportunity for this, what we're doing here on this show.
What
Invited
happened,
him to
man?
the. He been texting me recently. Anyways, I'm not gonna talk about his situation. I'm gonna let him talk about it.
What
Hopefully, he'll come on the show. I'm trying to
what
get him.
is Brendan, right? Not
Yeah,
Brandon.
it's
Brendan.
Brendan. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So, yeah, this is the first interview. Invited him to the house and kind of like tricked him into kind of doing this. Check it out.
And I see. Okay, we're just recording that stream, and if I'll go back and edit it, and
This is live.
yeah, but I'm live stream. That's what they mean. It's not on the internet until I connect to my YouTube. So, anyways, you was telling me that you woke up and you felt like you was in a different dimension, right?
Mm-mm.
What was it? You said you woke up and you felt like you was in a different time. What was it? Tell me what it was.
No, I thought. Bro, hold on. Let me pause it.
No, bro, just answer the question. There's no pause button.
I wasn't in a different time. No, man.
What was it? Answer me.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was. What did you say?
I don't recall me saying that.
You said
I said
I don't remember saying
I
that.
feel like I'm in a fucking video game.
oh, that's what it was.
I feel like I'm in Grand Theft Auto 1993 because that was the year I was born.
Yeah.
And it was like a little hint, like, man, maybe it is Grand Theft Auto 2,000 years in the future because already video games have already progressed so much in the last 10 years, man. We got virtual reality. I mean, when my dad was a kid, all he had was like a fucking dot and two things. That was video games or ping pong. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not ping pong. Just look at the progression of technology. It's going exponentially.
Right.
So by the time we even reach 100, 1,000 years, even in the future, they could create a game that feels just like this, like real life.
And how would we know if it was real? If how would we know if we're playing the game or not? Like, because it's so real and you can feel the sensations and everything. Right.
That's the thing, because you wouldn't know, and that's why no one knows what life is, bro. Because they can tell you, oh yeah, you promised heaven or hell. You know, we talk to the gods. Fuck that. No one knows. And you're not supposed to know. I don't think people even think like this. You have to think like this first, like, and question what life is. And that's where a leader does that. Like, followers just do whatever they say, you know, and they just believe whatever.
Oh yeah. Damn, how do I go back to comments in case somebody talking? All right.
You motherfucker.
So anyway, so what you were saying though, that's really interesting. That's the reason why I pulled you on here, because like that makes me, I think about that all the time as far as like, are we in a simulation or are we not? And how will we know if we was?
I do think that there's enough people waking up online and they'll show you their theories. It's interesting. Like there's this little kid that's like no older than 10 years old, and he'll tell you that like all the time we jump into parallels with just a minor fucking change, and that's the Mandela effect. That's like a hint. So like you'll see something change, but you'll remember it. Like, oh my God, I swear to God, there was 52 states. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's you just jumped into a parallel universe where that shit never even existed.
So,
do you know about the Mandela effect?
A little bit. Tell me about it.
So what do y'all think about that so far? Like the subjects that he was talking about, living in a simulation, Mandela effect. One thing is really interesting when they talk about the multiverse and they talk about all the different, because it says like you have a choice, you make decisions, and every decision that you make splits off into another like dimension. Does that make sense what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I want to give other people a chance to talk too. So I mean, if there's anybody
Yeah,
else
ain't
that
nobody
has,
talking. What y'all got to say? Any of y'all? Y'all all in here ain't talking. Uh, uh, yeah, that's why I be letting you
Shit,
talk,
I have been
Pat,
talking.
because I be getting tired of talking. I ain't gonna lie. That's why I be letting you talk, and that's how
well,
I be
no,
gathering my
not
thoughts too.
we're not talking to the people who are talking, the ones who,
who, who,
that may, if they have anything to add. I don't want to just keep, stealing like I'm stealing the show. This is everybody. Everybody's here. If they got something they want to, because I usually have something to say. So,
yeah, you like I'm talking about I'm a truck driver. Yeah, I got something to say. Trust I got something to say. Yeah, whatever topic.
Whatever, yeah, but man, I don't really know too much about what he was talking about, bro. I don't, I never really got into all of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I, you know,
there was a movie with Ashton Kutcher, probably almost 20 years ago now. No, well, it might not have been quite the 15. It's been a while ago. That there was the butterfly effect was kind of very similar to what he was saying with the Mandela effect, where oh, see, look, Yoga is saying the same thing. Now, Doc, he's saying the same thing, but however, this is like you've been living in. Let's just say when you were a kid, you remember, a cereal that was called uh, Cheerio. But as you get older, 10 years, 20 years come back, and then the box says Cheerios. And it's like, wait a minute, Cheerios? Like, I always thought it was Cheerio. And it was spelled with one R instead of two. You know what I'm saying? And this is things that would keep happening in different places. So, this is stuff where they're saying like people actually went into like use a time machine or some way to go back and people change like just whatever they did changed the whole order of what it was when during that period that they went back to, and now it's messed up everything that you see now because not only is it Cheerios, it's also let's say I don't know. I mean, really, I mean anybody can think of whatever. Coca-Cola. You know, everybody remember Coca-Cola being one word and now it's split into two. You know what I'm saying?
Jif
Like,
or Jiffy peanut butter?
huh?
Jif or Jiffy peanut butter?
Yes, Jif or Jiffy or what is what? It's just
Yeah,
those
that was
two.
it. That was it. Jiff or Jiffy. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I mean, those things. Just those little minute things that might go unnoticed by the average person. You are like, hell no. It was this. I remember it. I remember I was sitting at my table eating cereal. I was reading the box. I was doing this and I was doing that. Like it was significant things that you will remember being one way, but then the rest of the world, because of their, benign neglect or, just not like they just, so oblivious to any and everything that's going around them. They don't even remember those little nuances. So that's kind of what that whole butterfly effect or the Mandela effect, was affecting people because some people remember because the whole Mandela effect was really just like him, coming out of jail, like when he came out of prison, becoming a president, and this that, and the other. They was saying there were certain things that he didn't, some people remember happening, and others don't even like. No, hell no, I don't remember none of that. It was just these different inconsistencies.
Gotcha.
Doc sent me a
Yeah.
picture. On the screen, it shows Jiffy on the left, and then it shows Jiff on the right.
Yeah. So it's like little things like that that people were, could almost have an argument. I was like, nah, I don't remember that. No, that never happened. And it's like, motherfucker, look at like, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember this. Like I know for sure it was this, and it was it was looked like this, and blah blah blah. Like it was these things. So yeah, this was like a whole thing, especially for a while, especially after they reclaimed it as Mandela effect. Because it's probably something that it was probably more so the Mandela effect, but the movie came out as the butterfly effect, which was just pretty much the same premise.
Yep. Let's move on.
Butterfly effect was about time travel. Based on an Asimov thing, if you step on a butterfly in the past, you could create a famine in the future because it never harvested this or it never fed this animal or something like that. How one change in the past could like obliviate everything. That's
And
the
it,
butterfly effect.
and
Yeah,
it comes from the idea of like a butterfly on one side of the world's wings flapping, causing like a tornado or hurricane on the other side of the earth.
they
Actually, that's
also
chaos theory.
Yeah.
yeah, there was another example of like that with the movie Back to the Future, where he was about to date his mom, and that means his mom would have never met his dad, and when he got back, if all that stuff would have happened, then he would have never existed. You know what
That's
I'm
what's
saying?
crazy
So
about the Terminator 2 story because the guy went back in time and he had sex with the woman and that's how she had the son that was going to bring about the war against the machines. But if the guy had never came back to protect the mom from having the baby, then he wouldn't have never even made the baby. So
yeah,
like it's the conundrum of it.
That's
yeah.
time loop, the circular paradox theory.
Yeah. Let me play some of this. Yeah, let's check it out.
What? No.
Oh yeah, that's the dude that runs off.
It's so funny. Let me play it again.
No.
No.
This is in the UK. They don't have. You see, she
wait.
didn't have a gun. I don't think she had a taser either. All she had was a little baton. And the dude was just like, no, and then he just like trots away.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. He didn't even run. He just like kind of like slightly jogged. That wasn't even a full jog.
That was in the UK. That couldn't happen here. He would have got tackled. They would have get him.
Definitely.
Dogs to
and then she starts to run after him like,
yeah. Let's watch it one more time because that shit is...
No.
It's so retarded, man. I don't know. I saw that clip and I thought it was funny just because the way he just shoved off of her.
I got away.
I tricked you.
Versus Saturday, hey ladies, if he doesn't buy you a gift within the first 3 months of y'all talking, he won't like you like that. Versus Saturday, hey ladies, if he doesn't buy you a gift within the first 3 months of y'all talking, he won't like you like that. Versus Saturday.
What'd you think?
Okay, this is my thoughts on that. I agree. Okay, especially
Wow,
in
that
today's
surprised
day and age.
me.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it did. However, you have to think about today's day and age, where we have nothing but savages running all over the place. No offense, you guys, savages. Ow. Okay, okay.
Oh, the
But
female
savages
savages?
gets nowhere
Okay.
in life. Okay, you can build relationships on being as savage as you want to be, but in the end, the relationships will fail once the person realizes just how ugly you have been being within. Okay, nobody wants to continue a relationship like that. It will fail eventually. However, if you're in a relationship, you guys been going out 3 months. I believe in 50-50 relationships, okay? If you want to be spoiled, you ought to spoil him. So if he
Right,
hasn't bought you anything, maybe you should buy him something. Did you
right.
buy him something for the first anniversary, the second a month at the first anniversary, or anything so on and so forth? You have to put out what you want to receive, and that's even
Exactly.
before the savage world we live in. Okay,
Yeah.
that's just period in a relationship. You men, although yes, the Bible says that a man is not required to love a woman as much. Oh, wait. The Bible says that a woman is not required to love a man as much as he loves her. Look it up. It's there. I posted it the other day.
Hey, I
Okay.
don't like that because the
I
Bible is
know. I know you
chauvinistic,
don't like
male
that.
chauvinistic. The
I
Bible
know
looks
you
at
don't
women
like.
as they don't have the same, they're lower class.
At the end of the day, and I know it's not a great thing to hear, at the end of the day, it still doesn't matter. Because if you want to be treated a certain way, just mind if you are respecting of the golden rule, then you appreciating your spouse, buying him stuff, showing him how much you appreciate him and stuff like that should not even matter. That should come automatic, period, point blank. Even if it's not written that that you should love him the way that he loves you, that shouldn't matter at the end of the day. If you say you love him and you're not in the relationship for certain goals, buying him stuff, showing him that you appreciate his stuff, running his bath water, putting candles and playing his favorite song and stuff like that, taking the stress from the day. That, trust me, because
Shit,
these
where the
men
hell
go through
she
a
at?
lot, white, black, Mexican, or
She's
whatever. They
married.
go through a lot just being men.
I
And
didn't
they
ask all
look
that,
to
nigga. I just said
us.
where she
They
at.
look to us as
For
their
comfort,
salvation. They
You
look
let
for
to
her
us
tell
as
me
their
gospel,
that.
comfort. Their everything. Their
for
peace.
support. Yeah,
I
for
know you guys have heard that. They look to us as their peace. And if you cannot bring that within yourself to be his peace, then you're not for him. You're
People. So by
Wait,
us, by
what? Before we go on, what do y'all think about that?
um, I believe in a lot of the stuff she said as far as there's no such thing as equal relationships. The I mean, the idea is crazy, and even like when people are breaking up, oh, it was mutual. No, it's never mutual. Like somebody, took it upon themselves to say this ain't working before the other person. Like it's, what I'm saying. Like it's never equal. I don't care what anybody says, and I'm want to hear what other people have to say, but I just wanted to throw that out there.
Let me read the comment. Doc says the butterfly effect is the idea that small changes can have large effects. It's named after the scenario in Ray Bradbury's short story A Sound of Thunder, where a man steps on a butterfly in the past and the future is dramatically changed. Great book, it's okay movie.
Yeah. Yeah, that's more so the idea because I mean I did it on a surface that is more of the deeper understanding of it. Yeah,
Okay. Yeah, she touched on some stuff a bit in there in her clip, like, and then like what I comment I made about the Bible being chauvinistic, like, and that's how I really feel. So like a lot of people do they, and then it's like the slavery and a lot of that, like they justify a lot of stuff using the Bible, man. So or just justify doing
Yeah,
stuff that I don't agree with.
yeah,
yeah.
bro. And to me, I agree with what she was saying. But man, and I don't want this to go on as I'm bashing women, but to find that woman that she speaks of, phew,
I'm telling you, I agree with that too. She embodies it.
But look, I'm gonna tell you, like even like I have to add myself into this equation. If I met a woman like that, I'm gonna be looking at her like, what the hell is wrong with her? Like what okay, what's the ulterior motive? Because like it's just so uncommon. You're gonna be like, okay, what the? You know what I'm saying? Like, is this real? You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So I don't know.
Yeah, because
And it's, and
you have a very big group of narcissistic women out there
Yeah,
that'll make
it's
you
so
feel
fucked
super
up.
important in the beginning.
Cause I'm sure they're out there, like cause Juanita's she's married and she embodies that stuff that she says, like she really believes it, and that's how she lives her life. And so they're out there. It's just that the media and everything, because I feel that way too all the time. Like I'll be saying, where are they? Where are the ones that think like this?
yeah, and it's not that I don't think I deserve it. It's just that it's so uncommon that most females that you come across. I mean, of course, we have women in our lives that we've known all our lives that we can trust to that level. But you get to it's like, oh wait a minute, hold on, like this is somewhat. I gotta be careful about this one because just not really sure. You know what I'm saying? But I like it. I mean, shoot, I want a woman that's gonna show me the appreciation that I would show them, because I mean it's usually us kissing their ass to get, what I'm saying,
And
like,
all the drama that we go through in the world most of the time, and like the part where she said coming home and being his peace. Oh my God, that's like music to your ears right there. Cause see, the thing is, like, we facing drama, we fighting the world all day, and when we come home, we just want like have a sanctuary area. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna see, I was like, shit, you single? Shit,
Because
let's.
yeah, a sanctuary. Because but in a lot of relationships, you fighting the world right out there in the world. You come home and then you fighting in the house, and then that makes you want to leave, right, or whatever. Like when you pull up, I saw a clip, a meme, and they talked about how the guy pulls up to his house and sits in his car for a little while before he gets out. And it's like that's a bad sign. Like it's like 'cause he doesn't want to walk into his home. You know what I'm saying? Like got to take a deep breath and shit.
Shit. Uh, yep, that is a bad sign, and I've done it quite a few times. My last relationship, shit, when I pull up in my truck to the truck stop and I park and I'm waiting for my ride, like sometimes, like I'm not even really waiting for my ride. I'm really decompressing and preparing myself for the shit that I'm gonna hear at some point. I already know I'm gonna hear this craziness, and it's just like, okay.
Let me get mentally prepared for this.
Yeah, so I don't, what I'm saying, I don't fly off the handle, it's like, all right, yeah, everything's gonna be good, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I know this fucker ain't cook shit for me, and, I've been
And
gone
that's
all this time.
funny.
Uh,
That's funny because the memes always be talking about men don't be thinking about. Because remember, we showed a meme that showed the woman talking about. She said, "We rehearsed this conversation in my mind several times, so don't get it, don't mess it up. Now let's go." And it's and like that's really funny. But
it is.
but it plays on the idea that women be overthinking, everything. But then it plays on the idea that men don't be thinking. But
Well,
we think about what before the conversation too. You know what I'm saying? Just like
hmm
them.
yes, in a lot of cases. I mean, if you're a peaceful type person, because some people that's,
You
look,
simulate the conversation in your mind right before it happens. You pretty much know what they're gonna say, and then you start thinking of
well,
what you're gonna say.
well, my thing is like how am I gonna avoid going into this? Because there's certain things that you already know that will lead into certain subjects. Is like, all right, don't be stupid and say something like, like you just kind of can play back some of the previous arguments, and it's like, okay, that happened, and then, okay, and then that happened. Okay, that might be triggering, or like them bringing something up that that might trigger you. You know what I'm saying? Just like, all right, you know what, you ain't gonna be the fool this time, and really, let yourself really go through all of the motions with them, because that's what they want you to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
Let me read the comment. Doc says, so maybe a topic can be the butterfly effect. What are small changes actually within our power to do make that can start to make things better for self and
Hmm.
community and eventually the nation world? I love that
Yes.
comment, Doc. Absolutely
Yes.
love that comment. And maybe we can figure out some kind. Maybe I can make a show like that. But that's exactly what we're trying to do here, that's why I like that idea of the butterfly effect. As far as the part where the idea that small changes, can make a
Well,
difference, and I really believe it. I believe it.
you know what small changes I'm making that's gonna make the butterfly effect for me? Like every day I'm doing some sort of exercise. Take, whether it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes, just to do my stretching, do some sort of exercise
That's good, man.
so I can not be a fat ass for the rest of my life.
Yeah, man, that's good, man. I'm happy to hear that, And that's what we have to do. It does, what they say, 60 days to break a habit or 60 days to make a habit or some shit like that.
Well,
And
not 20. It's really 21 days, but that's mostly when you're dealing with the subconscious. So I don't, where you can actually believe something different and you truly start to live in that fashion. So,
yeah, so those little changes day by day do gradually add up. And it becomes habits when you become, because we have good habits and bad. My dad used to say bad habit rabbit. And I still think about it to this day. And it's like, if you could try to turn your bad habits into good ones or better ones, you know what I mean? And make your good habits great habits. You keep improving them. Like we're creatures of habit. Everybody has their routines that they do every day and so forth and so on. So
mhm.
tweaking on that is where you make your biggest impact on, like I be saying about one thing that I learned about from going to school, going to university. It taught me how to manage my time, and and like I say, using your calendar. You know what I'm saying? Scheduling. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That's what it taught me how to do, and think about shit way ahead of time. And plan it out. Plan out your day, even like a year ahead of time. On this day, I'm gonna be doing this, and even throughout the day, I like at this time I'm doing this, and at this time I'm doing that, and that time I'm doing that. You get what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
then hold yourself accountable to that. So there's the hard part. It's easy to make the schedule, but holding yourself accountable to that schedule is how you know you wonder how some people get so much stuff done in a day, you know, and it's because they schedule and they
Hmm.
stick to their schedule and they hold themselves accountable to their schedule because we all have the same 24 hours in a day. Doc says, I used to be 327. I feel for you.
Shit. Doc, I used to be 376 and I got down to, I had lost 100 pounds, but I've actually gone up, I think about 10 now. So, I mean, but this was within the last 3 years, 4 years, something like that. So I had gotten to almost 400 pounds. So
And it
I just got to get back to my mission, where I was. But yeah, man, I was huge, bro.
and you don't gain that weight overnight either. That's um,
Mm-mm.
day over day. Let me play a little bit of this.
By not being promoted on TV, a lot of us missed out on it. So we don't, a lot. I have, like, when I was first started, I said, "Who am I being on this interview? Am I Patrick or am I my new name?" Because I've gone through this whole process of correcting that for me and my son. So there's things that are in place for us to win because we are the heirs of this country, and most people ignore it as if you just, like, I'm, well, oh, he just owns some crazy here, you know okay, I mean, I'm crazy, I know that. Ask
Yeah.
my wife, my ex-wife, everybody know I'm crazy as hell. But
So
you know
wait, you
when it
say you
comes down
changed your
to it,
name? Yeah, you changed
Yeah.
the like last name. I think Bobby used to be Bobby X. He used to be with the Nation of
Well,
Islam.
see, no, I was born in. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, Chuck, I wasn't even born here. My mother went to Trinidad with my father, who was a lot older than her, because she was in. My mother Shirley used to be with the Teamsters and the Black Panther Party. So my brother was already born, and he lived with Dorothy, our grandmother. But I went to Trinidad when my mother was pregnant. She had me in Trinidad and Tobago, well, really on the island called Dominica. I was born to Kambi Abdul Muhammad, but Shirley changed my name to Bobby after her daddy when she brought me back here.
That's crazy.
That's
I ain't
why
never
my
heard none of this shit. That's crazy.
yeah, I know, right? Yeah, that's wild. And so I have like two fucking birthdays and births because in those days in the 70s, because I was born in the 70s, 75, but they didn't allow newborns to fly on the planes coming from there. So they had to change my age to 1970.
Mm.
And I didn't know I was born in 1975 until Resident showed me he said your parents lying to your dumb ass, boy. You weren't born no goddamn 70. Because he showed me a Polaroid when I was a baby. He said, how the fuck was this Polaroid say 75? You were newborn. How the fuck was you born in 70, you dumb ass? And I'm like, no, you lying. I was born in 70.
Yeah.
So I really was born in 1975. Yeah, I'm doing fine, man.
We both
I,
come out the same year then. You're a rabbit on the Chinese zodiac, so
when I found out, when I went
well,
to get the job at the airline, and when you get the job at the airline, they tell you they have like flight attendants, they have a pilots. We all in a room. We got to go through customs. So if you done committed a crime, you need to
Better
leave
tell it.
now. Arrest you, and we will hold you. Whoever looking for you. So some people got up, some people did. Security numbers under my fingerprint. I filled out the application in LaGuardia, Brown Continental at the time. I'm not sure, but I had called. They said, "Well, you have two child born in Trinidad, and
Go by that. Because they stay mama.
Yeah, this
yeah,
part right here is
Whatever.
fine.
Some stories they telling them. And then in a video recently, and we was talking about how the black moms be telling the black kids all this, like they daddy
yeah,
whatever. Some stories they telling them, and then the kids go by that because they stay mama. So then they believe it, and then they find out later. Because one of my cousins, he found out his mama told him his daddy died, and he
yeah,
found out his daddy wasn't dead, and he found his daddy on Facebook,
yeah,
what?
and
yeah. That's crazy shit.
he approached his mom about it, and she was like, yeah, I was kind of like, the side chick or whatever, and got pregnant with you, and he had his own family or whatever. So
Yeah,
like,
but that's the same thing when I called Sharon. I'm like, hey man, I'm up here in customs, and these people got me in custody like I'm some type of fucking immigrant or something, a legal immigrant. She said, oh
I
yeah, let me tell you what happened.
ICE, huh?
Yeah, so they like so
What y'all think about that?
Damn, bro. That's crazy, bro. I wonder how many. Man, that shit happened to a lot of people back then. All them secrets in the families.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie. When you come up, shoot, you start rummaging around in the closet, you be like, shit. Because I ain't gonna lie, Grandpa, shoot, he left hats at other people's house. Like he ain't just make every place his home. It was his home. Like he done
Papa
had,
was a Rolling Stone.
yeah. I don't want to really just put too much out there because for some of the family, hearing it might be embarrassing to them. But shoot, my grandfather, awesome dude, but he was he was truly a Rolling Stone. Yeah.
Let me play this a bit of this one.
Discipline the field nigga right in front of the house nigga while the house nigga's washing dishes. The massa will be beating the field nigga right outside the window, and they're gonna look at the face of the house nigga to see if he grimaces at all. So
Don't worry, sir. I got your back, sir.
I got yeah. So basically, that's
you want me to whoop you too, sir?
There we go. So this is what it is. Essentially, they know that we're connected to each other, so they know if I beat if he beats your ass and I'm looking and I care about you, the least I'm gonna do, if I don't try to stop because I'm scared, the least I'm gonna do is make a face or be distraught about it. The way that they started disconnected, they started beating us in front and then making sure they'll look at us. This is still happens today. The black people who are allowed to move up the corporate ladder, they're only allowed to do so after many instances of having to turn the other cheek to racism. So many times I've seen and heard, even in my lowly position, where some racist shit will happen and you gotta look the other way. I don't look the other way, but I've seen men sitting there for lunch. It'd be the only black. You see it lunchtime, particularly. It'd be 6 or 7 men from the oil rig or whatever the fuck they're working, and the one black guy. Now he's already the only nigga, and he's already having to fit in. And then now here comes the discussion about George Floyd or Trayvon Martin. He has to go along with that racist white supremative narrative in order to keep his position, because remember, the last thing you want to be considered is what? A hostile Negro, a controversial Negro, an aggressive Negro, overly political Negro, a revolutionary Negro, a runaway Negro. So especially if you're in the field Negro position, we're considering Mr. Shaka for the vice president, the regional vice president position, the only African American that's ever reached that. You think we're gonna let him be listening to Malcolm X at night? It's not gonna happen. So what they're gonna do is, just like in the plantation in the beginning, they're gonna talk about your brothers in front of you, and they're gonna, because remember, black people. What is that? It's written all over your face. Black people, the one thing it's hard for us to do is hide the emotion. We can lie to you, but to hide our body language is hard for us because we're an expressive people. So they know that, if you're talking down on Trayvon Martin, they're going to look right in your face. Or they're going to say, George Floyd died of an overdose. It wasn't the knee on his neck. They're going to look right in your face. And if you even have the slightest grin, they're gonna no. This Negro is not eligible for a house position. Do you see how that? Do you see how that correlates?
He's well qualified.
It's just not gonna work because remember, the name of the game is upholding the systematic enforcement of rights.
That's what I say, man. And
What y'all think about that?
Man, that shit's so true. That's why I always say, bro, like, I faced that shit early on in my career as a driver, having my own truck. And that's why from that point on, I've always said I do not want a black dude as a fucking regional transportation manager. Never. To see this motherfucker shit on me, bro, and fuck me out of basically $10,000 for the quarter. Like, nah. And then came to me a couple of weeks later, saw me in Katy, and it came up to me and apologized to me for the shit. Dog, I'm telling you, it took everything in me. Now, I had went and grabbed a case of soda. We was going to some friend's house. It took everything in me not to slap that dude with them sodas, bro. Like,
and just like the dude they making the memes out of, the guy was like, "Smack me, bro, smack me." Y'all seen that meme? There's so many memes of it. The other dude, he was like, "Smack me, bro." Oh, this nigga ain't finna do shit. It was a white dude. He was talking to this black guy, and then he had like some kind of can of a beer or soda or something.
He had that Mike's Hard Tea. That Mike Spike tea, and smacked the shit out of him in that store with that can, bro. Man, he hit him so hard, bro. The can busted. I'm like, oh shit.
He smacked the shit out of that dude. Smack me! Smack me! He was like, okay. And it was what's funny about the clip is how nobody did anything. Like it was people standing around, like, and they was just like, yeah, this dude kind of asked for that. Like nobody reacted really. Like it's like, yeah, that's pretty much what's gonna happen when if you behave like that. That's pretty much
I
like,
think he called the dude a nigga though. He kept saying the
yeah,
N word to him. Yeah.
yeah, that's what it was. That's what triggered him. Yeah, because the last time he said nigga, that was it. Because right after he
I'm
said
gonna
nigga,
show you who a nigga is.
he said, "Pah!" It's funny.
And then dude got back up and grabbed his cigarettes and walked out the store. I'm like, God damn, what kind of dope he on? Because I've been down there like, well, man, you didn't even have to do me like that.
Yeah, man. He clocked the shit out of that guy. And he
Man,
all the way deserved it. Go ahead.
somebody knocked my ass out like that, dog. Fuck that nigga. I'm finna play dead, nigga. Fuck it. I'm out of there.
Possum.
Yeah, I'm finna play possum, bro. Cause man, somebody hit you with a can, you discombobulated like a motherfucker. You can't stand and fight this motherfucker. You
Yeah.
might as well just go on,
Fight's
lay
over.
down.
Fight's over.
Yeah, that's kind of one of them fights Pat was talking about. I'm fair until physical.
For real.
But
about that.
Pat the kind of motherfucker that'll be standing over you. Come on, motherfucker, get up. You want some more? You asked for it. Get up.
Yeah. We here now. You didn't brought the beast out now. You get to introduce yourself to the beast.
But I honestly, I'm really scared for it to get to that point.
Yeah, me too. I feel exactly that's the thing that scares me the most is myself. I ain't gonna lie. Like Nas said that in the song, and I was like, man, I feel that.
Yeah, man.
That's hot shit right there, man.
So we gonna do?
We want you to be an activist, and don't take our word for it. Look that shit up. Pulley.